Hey y'all.
Hi guys.
How y'all doing? This is Joshua Ware. This is my lovely wife, Brittney Ware. And this is the completion of week 2, recapping the Daniel fast. I know we talked about week 1 and we talked a little bit about just what the Daniel fast is, the purpose of it, and kind of what we are trying to, our goals in it. But this week 2, we just giving you a status update and kind of more than a status update. So baby, what's your status, man? How's it been going for you for the Daniel fast?
Well, the Daniel fast has been going great. Week 2 was an eventful one, kinda. Diet has been great. I'm still doing my smoothies in the morning, eating a meal for lunch, working out during lunch, and having a smoothie for dinner. We did not have Smoothie King this week. We went for just making our own smoothies. Josh was able to start eating on Wednesday, so I've been smoothing it up by myself. And I kind of switched up my diet a little bit in regards to like smoothies. I was starting to get tired of like just drinking a smoothie, so I switched it up and made a smoothie bowl, which is basically blending up your smoothie, making it a little bit thicker, and putting it in a bowl and putting some like granola, flax seeds, chia seeds, whatever you want to put on top, and it fills you up really fast, actually. So week 2 in that aspect has been really good. I will say this.
Okay.
Last week we talked about, using the Daniel fast to really just hear from God, and not too long after making that video, the enemy wasn't very happy about divulging the secret of the Daniel fast. So, how do I want to put it? After making that video, I got attacked, if some people will call it. I started losing the hearing in my ear, and what is really weird about this situation is, people talk about like hearing from God, and it's not like God is going to sit next to me like Josh and he's going to be audible like in my ear telling me what to do. Hearing from God comes from within. You know what I mean? So me losing my hearing, having that situation happen with my hearing was a really weird situation for me, because I know that like I don't need to actually hear out of this ear to hear from God. I think the enemy I'm really getting it right now. The enemy was really trying to use that as a distraction to keep me from really making the connections and stuff that I was supposed to have this week with people, and really being able to get in the word. Because I was really talking to Josh last night, and I was saying how I can't really explain it, but being able to hear out of this ear made my eyes not be able to focus. So like if I'm trying to read the word, like my eyes can't really focus, and my brain is working too hard to try to balance out like not being able to hear. But like I fought through it, and I was able to have some really good conversations this week, really deep. I was actually able to have a really intelligent conversation with a person at my job that's part of the LGBT community. She is now transgender, so I will refer to her as a him. He is very knowledgeable, has done a lot of research, and was willing to sit down with me and like answer any questions on that I had about like being confused, about certain situations and stuff like that. So he actually wants to meet with Josh and I to bridge the gap between the LGBT community and Christians, because we can be so ignorant in their community, which our ignorance can turn into disrespect because we just don't really know how to handle them. So I mean, regardless of what is going on physically in my body, I wasn't letting that stop me from having the encounters that I was supposed to encounter this week. You know what I mean? And so also like not being able to hear at 100% forced me to really pay attention to the people in my life. Like Josh, when he talks, sometimes as a mom, probably as anyone, when someone's talking to you, you can kind of go about your business and kind of be listening to them at like 45%. You're kind of like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the fact that I wasn't able to hear, like I actually had to turn around and kind of look at him and kind of, because I know how to read lips, so I was reading his lips. And so I was really having to give him my undivided attention, and also the same with Eden. I was more attentive with her and all that stuff. So, I'll take this as like a necessary evil. God is really showing me things that I need to do in order to grow in my ministry. Like I really need to be paying people attention if they chose to have a conversation with me. You know what I mean? You don't want to turn people away by them thinking that you're not listening. So I mean, that happened to me this week, but that's just something that happened. I'm believing on God that I'll be healed and that I'll figure out what is wrong. You know what I mean? So I mean that's basically the gist of my week. But so what's your week been like?
Man, it's been awesome. It's been awesome, yet challenging, but it's been awesome. So like my wife already said, that Thursday, I was able to start eating again. And I was excited. And before that day came, I thought I was going to be tearing any food I seen up, of course, within the Daniel fast. But I had more self-control. I wasn't indulging in food like I typically would. And I didn't even eat breakfast really that morning after. It was light. And I ate nothing but vegetables for lunch. And I just really had a lot more self-control. So with that, that was one of my biggest things that I seen for the first 10 days. For those that didn't see the first video, the first 10 days, God wanted me to have no food and only juice and have smoothies with my wife and the family at night. In that in itself, I lost like 20 pounds. Oh my goodness, if you can see the difference from me from last week. My neck is so little and I'm healthy, y'all. Believe me, like 20 pounds in 10 days, it seems like a lot, and it is a lot. And I wouldn't encourage anybody to do what I did unless you feel
like God has
called you to do it. Okay?
Right.
And that's what he did. I feel healthy. I am healthy, and I'm really walking it out. But the biggest thing was self-control, which is a fruit of the spirit. And I know that I've gained more, but I got to increase of that. And I just thank God for it. Another big thing that I got from this far is just being intentional about my relationships, especially with my family. Just like Brittney already said, her having the little ear situation, making her pay more attention to me and Eden, and also other conversations she has. And I'm just becoming more conscious of the time and embracing the time with my wife, this woman. And I just feel that during this time, like, our friendship has gotten stronger. And I don't know if not too many people really know, unless you went to high school with us. We started off as friends like in 9th grade, we high school sweethearts, but we didn't start dating until the day before prom. But our friendship that we had for the 3 or 4 years before we started dating was really like that foundation before we actually had our walk with God. We didn't even know God really before we dated each other, before we were friends. So now that we married, we friends, and we have a child, and having that intimate time with each other, it becomes more challenging to get. But now during this fast, me being more conscious of the time I spend with my wife, with my child, is really blessing me a lot. And I'm able to cherish it more. And just being intentional about that time has really been helpful for me. And it's just been a blessing, overall blessing, because the scripture says about No, the man that finds a wife finds a good thing, y'all. A good thing. But not only that, but he obtains favor from the Lord. So I got favor on my life because of this woman right here. This woman right here. No, but for real though, and I just want to cherish her, man. Husbands, cherish your wife. Wife, cherish your husbands. Do not take the time that y'all have with each other for granted. Don't take the time that y'all have with your children for granted. Embrace those moments. Every little moment counts. So, and make every day count. That's another thing that God really put on my heart. It's so easy to go through the everyday flow of things. You go home, you go to work, you come home, chill a little bit, do whatever you do with your family, and then finally you go to bed.
Right.
And then you repeat the same thing over and over, the same cycles. And it's a lot of stuff that you want to do, but then you're like, man, I haven't done it yet. I haven't done this. I haven't done this. I need to do this, but you're still going through the same cycles.
Right, because you say, like, I'm so busy. I'm so busy.
So busy. You make that excuse for busy. Yes, but is your busy productive?
Right.
Is it productive? And in the midst of your busyness, are you leaving a lot of relationships on the roadside? So now during this fast, I'm making every day count.
Mm-hmm.
Make every day count, man. Don't look at it. A lot of people say, man, how your day? No, same old, same old. I'm tired of that. So you'll make every day count, especially with your family, especially if your purpose, whatever your purpose is, make sure you go after that. You do part of that purpose every single day. Be serious about it. I know something that we love to do is homeless ministry, whether it's the youth, whatever it is. Make sure you be about it every single day. Mm-hmm. So, just to follow, just recap, this Daniel fast has really meant a lot to both of us, mm-hmm. especially with our intimacy with God, which is really the primary focus. That intimate connection with God, knowing Him deeper than the day before.
Right.
Deeper than the day before. So that's what it really has brought for me, learning God's heart for people especially. That's why I want to be intentional with other people, because God loves people. He died for the entire world. So God is really manifesting for me to see people how He sees them, to love them like He loves them. And He's putting me in situations to do that. And I know He's doing it for my wife. And I pray that you get more intimate, more connected with God than you were yesterday. And I just want to thank y'all for this time, just listening to us and our status update for this Daniel fast. Mm-hmm. Just God bless y'all. And you got any last words, maybe?
I actually want to talk about a journal that I'm using right now. It's called the Daily Greatness Journal.
Yes.
This journal is awesome. I personally have the, I think it's called Rock Fit Mind, Body, and Soul. Mm-hmm. One aspect of the journal that I really want to talk about was every day there are 3 I ams that you have to claim over yourself. And if you watched the video last week, and I encourage you to do that, I talked about how I struggled with seeing myself as beautiful. So by default, I make every day I make one of the I ams. I am beautiful, and I am strong. I like whatever you want to claim over yourself. And so, yeah, exactly. Speak life over yourself. So, so many of us have to undo so much death that has been spoken over us. So even if you can't afford to get the Daily Greatness Journal, take that one section of the journal and do it for yourself every day, and claim 3 I ams over yourself. What are you today, Josh? What are 3 I ams that you could say for today?
I am righteous.
Right.
I am loved by God. I am holy. And that's 3.
Yeah, you had
I'm about to keep going. I do that every single day. Right now, we can both say that I am health, regardless of what's going on in this physical body.
Like, I am not this body. Like, I am health. Like, I am healed. That's what that I'm going to say today in front of everyone, regardless of whatever going on in this ear. Yes. Like, I am healed and I will walk in healing. I refuse to say that I am sick. Saying I am sick, I have cancer, I have this. You are claiming these things for yourself. You are taking possession of these sicknesses, and I hope that we all will stop claiming these things for ourselves. Like, those things don't belong to you. Yeah. Those are not things that God said, like, Brittney, you are sick. He didn't say that. He said that you are health. Yeah. You're a faithful ambassador. Like, you are health. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's one aspect that I would just love for everyone to do. Like, this the challenge this week. Next week, I hope that you can come back and watch the video and say, you know, every day last week I did the 3 I ams. Yeah. You know, and so is there anything you want to say about like claiming stuff?
Yeah, I think in addition to knowing who you are, claiming the I ams, also understand who you are not. Right. Okay. A lot of Christians still say that they are sinners. Let y'all know something. Let y'all know something. You are not a sinner. You were a sinner.
That's exactly what it says.
You were a sinner before you received Jesus, but now you are the righteousness of God. So we still can't be saying and claiming what you used to be. The old things passed away. Now all things become new. So know who you're not as you are understanding who you are, and claim who you are. And basically, who you are, agree with what God has spoken over you. Right. Okay, and that's really what it is. God has spoken words of life over His children, and we're just agreeing with it. That's what it is. And then also identify your uniqueness. What's unique about you in your I ams? Are you unique? I am unique, yes. And talented. What kind of talent you have? Right. But claim your uniqueness as well. What makes you unique and set you apart from other people? Right. Okay, so. That's all I have to add. But that's it for us, y'all.
That's it.
Thank y'all.
We will see you next week for the very last Daniel Fast update. You know, me and Josh were talking, and we may come to you every week with some sort of marriage video. Maybe that's something we're kind of cooking up. But if you like these videos, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below and let us know how you liking these videos, what kind of content you like for us to do, and how's your Daniel Fast going? That's it, guys. Peace and love.